Knew that I was in the right.
Yeah, I knew
but I didn't know just how in the right I was. This is fucking devastating to his point.
This is devastating to yours because it doesn't stop. This is about where Chud paused it, and there's a good reason for it. Watch. Put it in the chat if you want to do Chud stuff. Woo! Our Chud segment.
Chud. It's time.
It's time. We do our.
By the way, everybody, wave at Chud because he will be watching.
Before we do the Chud thing, right? Oh, Messi's.
Wait, where's Ronaldo?
Apparently, like Chud's mad at you.
Yeah, for some reason.
Let me say this. I haven't seen this.
I guess just because I'm here.
I guess he's mad at you. Let me see. This ought to be fucking funny. I've heard about this. It's terribly funny. It sounds it. Maybe it isn't as funny as I thought. Here we go. Chud's mad at you.
Dude, I hate that this little. What's this guy's name? Right? I want a piece of this fucking loser. Who's this fucking?
I want a piece of you. Hold me back, bro.
Chud. Big man Chud. Come on for me, dude.
I want a piece of you. Chud, you look like a fucking ape. You've probably never been in a fist fight in your life. Who are you, kid? I want a piece of you. Oh, intellectually.
Chud just looks like a guy for Islam.
Yeah.
Safety of fucking Tommy's drunken rampage. What a fucking loser, dude. Just piping up like that. Come and talk to me, you fucking pussy. Come on my stream and talk to me.
Yeah, so I can yell at you and call you the gay Joker over and over and claim victory. My God, Chud, calm down. You know, how much longer are you going to be able to call me a drunken loser when you're carrying on like this?
Me, rather than just fucking nipping at my heels on your little gay stream. Fuck you. Volts.
Fuck you, Volt.
Volts. Volt. Who the fuck is Volts? Who is he?
I want a piece of you. This is ridiculous. This is what the kids call cringe. I want a piece of you. Imagine your entire. This is his entire identity.
He's like seething and coping.
Yeah, this is like his entire identity talking like that. Jesus Christ! How much you want to bet he doesn't talk like that in real life? I bet he's very
in
respectful.
What world? In what fucking world would I be afraid of a guy who's into trans? Yeah, Chad. Sure, yeah, buddy. I'm terrified.
You better hope you win. You better hope you win that fight. I bet he's bigger than you.
I'm okay.
Nobody wants to get their ass kissed by a gay guy.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, just ask Jeremy.
I mean, it's fucking him and goddamn Mudar. That guy's your friend? Is that it? Yes, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's so funny. That is funny. That is funny. Okay. We're going to let Chud Logic talk. Today's subject is Turkey Tom. And we're going to do one Chud Logic thing an episode. Well, as long as he keeps replying, because it's probably going to turn into Tommy C, the Tommy C tribute show. So,
wave at Chud, everybody. Wave at Chud because he is watching right now.
So this
hey,
is
Chud, how are you?
This is when I've been like ended and destroyed, and there's a real problem that he left out on this thing where supposedly Tom invited this conversation, this debate that's going on, but he left out one important thing. Well, he kind of hints at it at the end. I want you guys to know. Before you watch this, right? Before you watch this, hey, there's the boot-botting guy. Keep in mind that at very least, I don't know about Augie, 3 of them, I already know at this point, know what's coming. They know that the Destiny stuff is all of them. So they're all going to lie. Every one of these guys are going to lie. They're not lying for any kind of nefarious reason. They're lying because they're waiting for it to come out. We went over this before with the Pixie stuff. They're waiting for it to come out, so they see what Pixie does. She could turn around any moment, say, "Hey, nothing happened." If she, got her money for law school or whatever it is. Keep in mind when this conversation happens. This is so important. All 3, at least 3, could be 4, could be Augie. I don't even know. Because I knew somewhere around late November, early December, that this stuff, the hack, because I knew about the hack, because then the one thing about him blowing the guy, right? But I knew about the stuff recorded without permission. All of them know that. 100% of them know that. It's very, very important when you watch this.
I'm kidding.
Whoa! Hey, yo!
Oh God.
Oh, this photo
I'm not-
on my other monitor is
By the way, this is him watching the New Year stream.
kinetic, certainly.
She's not Melina.
Yo.
She is not Melina. It's okay.
Nick,
Okay.
what the fuck?
That was a joke for the record. That was a joke.
Nick,
That's
you've
what
been
they all
doing
say.
a lot of great stuff
A lot
on
of
your
dog
YouTube
whistling.
channel.
No, I
No,
don't.
no, no. I'm gonna
I
compliment
brought
Nick.
all that. I had all that shit on my feed. I was ready to cover it. I'm just like,
So he
I
mentions Melina, and then what happens?
don't know what's happening here, so I'm not touching this.
Oh, you're gonna cover Destiny?
I had the Destiny stuff.
Nicholas brings up Destiny first.
This has never been in dispute, by the way. We all knew that he broke the fucking seal here, and then Chud takes full advantage.
Yeah, we all saw
of
the
it.
stream.
We all knew it. I said that too. You know, we know Nick did a no-no here, and Chud took full advantage of it. And when you know that they know what's coming, exactly. I don't know if they knew about President Sunday at this point. I was told that, then I'll probably have to retract that. I'm not sure if they knew about President Sunday, but they know what's in there. I've already been told. Got almost a month earlier, or at least 2 weeks.
Nicholas is the person to bring it into the conversation. First jokingly, and then more seriously. Okay?
Good timing, right?
So,
Chud?
regardless of whatever agreement might have been in place, right? Nicholas is the person that brought up Destiny, right? And I was a bit taken aback at the time. And you listen, I don't really say anything at first because my understanding was, you know, there wasn't like a particular keenness to get into the Destiny stuff, which is whatever. It's fine. I know I'm happy to, you know, if you don't want to get into it, whatever, fine. Like it wasn't, you know. Again, I don't want to start leaking fucking private combos with other people, but I understood and I got that there wasn't, people didn't want to necessarily get into the Destiny shit. And then Nicholas brought it up.
And that's 100% true. He didn't want to get into Destiny stuff because they knew what was coming. So Chud takes full advantage of it.
And then listen to me, or listen to the lack of me, I should say.
The lack of you, what was it, like less than a minute?
Wall
Yeah.
pulled up, and I'm like, I don't know. Well, when I say the Destiny
I love the fact that he's going to say, see, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm innocent, you know.
stuff, chat probably thinks I was gonna pull up him talk like the fucking video of him sucking cock on camera. But no, like the Melina
kinda
stuff
just
that's been
waiting
our
to see if
YouTube
he-
drama.
A person?
Who is?
I'm waiting to see if he ever responds to anything about it, because that would be like.
Did you see the clip
you know,
yesterday?
if you
See, another thing is, all three of them are talking about this thing, but none of it's, nobody's putting pressure on each other. No one's trying to pretend they don't know what's coming.
the Wick one.
The Wick one was.
Well, actually, they all are. But this is not, no, in fairness, no, I'll take that back. That will eventually happen. But this is sort of it's a fake conversation between all of them. They're pretending to speculate, is what they're doing. Now, it's not completely unreasonable. It's not nefarious. They want to keep their mouth shut because they want to see how the whole thing blurs out. Because this could burn out at this point. But they know what's the key here is all of them know that the stuff was recorded without consent. They all know with a possible exception, because I never talked to Augie about it, so I can't say for sure.
Terrible, yeah.
That was
What
brutal.
is happening?
But
That was
the thing
brutal.
is, like, you just don't know.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I
there's
got
no way to
issue
know.
with
So
it.
notice, when they're talking about it, Augie sort of mentions something, Nicholas speaks, Tom speaks. Who isn't speaking? Who isn't saying a single word, in fact?
No, the seal's been broken, Chud. Clearly.
Yeah,
Like, this is the best time. You're whipping up some ideas.
Initially.
this
Who
is
isn't
this is
saying
your
a
chance.
single
It's
word?
probably just scheming
Me.
and thinking.
I'm
can I
not
say?
saying a single word because I'm a bit like, oh, I thought the guys, maybe didn't want to get into this. So I don't say anything about it.
But then you decide to put pressure on Tom.
And I just let them talk about it. But then this happens. I can't believe I'm to litigate this again. It's ridiculous.
Then don't. If you're so fucking confident, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to turn your show into the Tommy C tribute show. I promise you.
The Wick one.
The Wick one was terrible, yeah.
That was
What
brutal.
is happening?
But
was
the thing
brutal.
is, like, you just
And
don't.
then keep in mind, the conversation all three of them are happening, even though the seal's been broken, isn't dangerous to anybody.
know.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I
there's
got
no way to
issue
know.
with it.
Nicholas Diorio?
And
Okay,
it's like-
am I crazy? I thought it was, this is my speculate before.
And at that point, I'm thinking like, ooh, okay, that's a bit silly, but whatever. And then Augie fucking pops up. It's like, I am not fucking getting involved in the convo. I'm happy to just let it.
You were happy to get. I love how he's setting this up. He's very creative. Like, 'cause I just tried to stay out of it. I tried to stay out of it until I didn't.
Pass if they don't, you know. But then the issue is pressed and the issue is pressed.
Before I make a comment on this, this is my speculation. I'm not saying this as a fact.
So
But
Augie starts talking
when
again.
all those DMs
I don't know if Augie knew shit at this point, by the way.
got leaked, I just kind of assumed in my mind that was obviously revenge porn.
I've just waited.
Is that an insane? Oh, I'm not saying, I'm not reporting that as like, oh, this was confirmed. But I'm just saying, like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this clearly must have been like.
Listen,
you talking
it was my
about
first
in regards
thought,
to,
like all the
well,
sex
the guy
videos.
Augie trying to. I don't know Augie knows and what he doesn't.
The guy that did the hack and released it. That's
Okay, here's where Chud comes in, right? And this is where it happens. And you watch the hysterical way he tries to fucking say he's getting out of it. We're just having a debate that I know the predetermined outcome of.
Confirmed. But I'm just saying, like, in my mind,
all
I'm
know.
like, yeah, this
They all
clearly
know,
must
man.
have been like.
Listen,
They know it, Leah. They know what's coming. They know. Every one of them know that because I knew. Nick told me. Apparently, Chud told Nick. I'm absolutely sure Tom knew. Every single one of them knew that this was. I don't know for Augie. Keep Augie off. That this stuff that was coming out wasn't consensual. They all knew. Chud will kind of make reference to that right here.
Talking
my
about
first
in regards
thought,
to
like all the
well,
sex
the guy
videos and
that
stuff.
did the hack and released it. That's like. So then I start talking.
I don't know what the fact that he didn't talk for a minute makes it look a difference. But hey,
Explicitly revenge
yeah, it's
fucking
really
relevant.
really irrelevant. But yeah, he's manipulating the audience.
porn. I think there's another
Yeah,
term
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
If you send
Well, yeah,
an
but
image to
Destiny's
someone.
sending it.
No.
send-
But so I'm softening it from revenge porn, but saying there is still a problem with it, but it's called something else. It's like it's called something else. It's called like the sharing of
Nothing here is wrong. Chud's not doing anything wrong at this point.
the non-consensual sharing of intimate images because it's not being done for the intent, but it's still bad to do it.
You mean
right?
for the
just to
intent
be
of
clear,
publishing
they're
it?
So I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, maybe we could agree on this and move on. But then
Is that the
If the
delineation?
participants in those videos were knowledgeable that this was being shared at all, is the question. Yeah.
Right.
But
well, I doubt they were. I mean, I doubt.
No one's calling each other a sweeper. No one's telling anybody at this point, "Oh, fucking come on." You know what's going on, but Chud will.
They were.
Yeah,
Right, let's
that
use our
was- that
fucking
was
brains
all-
here, shall we?
all of
So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, well, if we're going to talk about it, like, it's obviously silly to suggest it was.
Well, if we're gonna talk about it, let me put like, even though I know at this point, I know that the stuff was done unconsensual. I'm going to take advantage of this.
Consensual, right? So if you notice, I'm not jumping straight in and being like, Tom, answer for your crimes.
You
yet,
will.
Chud,
You
not
will.
yet.
You will. Give it time.
Will
Give it-
eventually.
Give it time, Chud. And more than you played on here.
I'm letting the conversation play out a
Yeah.
bit, and as I realise it's going to continue, I
all
start
of
to
it.
chip in and make some comments about it. But listen further. Particularly keep in mind the idea that I put Tom in a difficult position.
Yeah, you'll see it. It'll be pretty clear. And you also get an idea on how Chud does things as far as trying to shape the narrative. It's pretty funny. It's a rewriting in history, and he's doing that with the Bobax thing. Let me try that again next stream.
The idea that I put Tom in a difficult position for any reason. Listen on.
My
On that.
thoughts
That's
were
what I
that,
was thinking.
yeah.
I was like, it's obvious that he was. Hey, can I send your news to this other guy? By the way, like, I don't think that was happening.
Wait, were there DMs where that
Whoa,
was
we
said?
got someone
Well,
from
we
one of the
have the
videos
dick
here.
video.
Tom,
You
did he ask Obviously you a bit of about a sending meme your dick about sucking vid to people? Or what was
Wait, I thought that
about?
was Nick
Speaking of
Fuentes.
a person.
Well, he's
He
done
did ask
both,
me.
No,
hasn't he?
Tom
I gave
tweeted it
full
was me,
permission.
so I.
Turkey Thompson, the fans.
I
want
gave
to
full
know when they're
permission.
getting
That being
a
said,
Tom
somebody,
X
before they release the full
OnlyFans
video, I
collab.
do have the full one I can send to you
Thomas,
for
the
confirmation,
fans want
Chud.
to know when you're
Somebody
gonna
edited
spit
my
on that
penis to
thing.
look smaller in the
Nick,
video,
can you
basically.
laugh?
Hey, Tom, I have a question for you, and it's $20, so I have to read it. Turkey Thompson, the fans want to know when they're getting a Tom /
So, Super Chat comes in. Conversation looks like it might move on.
Hawk Tua OnlyFans
Why do you feel obligated to put pressure on him?
collab. Tom,
Oh my God, I wouldn't have said anything if the conversation moved on, or you're waiting for your moment, one of the two.
the fans want to know when you're going to spit on that thing. Nick, can you ask him?
What am I supposed to say?
Um,
Tomorrow?
you're too busy rizzing
Tomorrow.
up Livy Dunn.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
I
kinda-
kinda.
I ruined my chat with my sense of humor, by the way. I destroyed my fucking life. Sorry. You talk about going to Spirit.
So you're snorting
went to
galaxy
Spirit.
gas out of her ass.
I went to
dude.
So the conversation is moving on, right? And I'm not pressing anything. I'm not saying anything. It's fine.
Nobody's
the conversation's
pressing
moving on,
anybody.
Whatever. Okay?
But you will.
Yet.
Fair enough.
But you will. I love how he's doing this. I'm not doing anything until he does something. It's so funny.
Beer at Halloween, and I bought a Hawk to a hat for like $30, and I forgot to wear it on stream. So, and now the meme isn't fun anymore.
Oh my
So I
god.
just have this $30 spit on that thing hat that I just have no reason to wear. It's just.
I mean, I think you have every reason to wear it.
Oh, we should
Yeah.
wrap this Destiny thing up though before we get completely clipped and we don't actually engage.
And then Nicholas brings it back up again.
Yes, he does bring it back up. It's already open. I don't know why that has anything to do with anything.
still
And
going.
Nicholas is managing to bring this up without calling anybody a sweeper or pretending they don't know the predetermined outcome. This is literally like what you're about to see is the equivalent of me betting on Inter Miami against PSG, knowing it's fucking fixed and acting like a goddamn genius when I hit it. When Inter Miami beats PSG. That would be literally what's going to happen here. They all know this shit was recorded without consent.
Kind of like that
They
guy who fixed the
all
World Series.
No, they all know, but they're all waiting for somebody to come out with it or Sunday to do something about it. Who knows?
No.
You know why? Because I knew.
So I'm not pressing this in any. This is happening, and I'm participating. And yes,
Nobody else is pressing either.
I'm pressing on certain points, but I'm hardly sat here making it like we've got to talk about this,
And that's what he does. He repeats himself. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So when he actually does it, the blow's softer.
guys. Right? Other people are saying, "Let's talk about it." Other people are bringing up, and
I don't think I fucking ever said I had a problem with them talking about it. I said I had a problem with you putting pressure on Tom. And I think it was for nefarious reasons. And the fact that you knew what was coming.
I'm responding. Right now, particularly, I want you to bear in mind the idea that I put Tom in a difficult position.
Yes.
Listen to this next part.
Engage with the discussion and look like retards.
I mean, what are we supposed to say? We don't really know what went on.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of
So Tom says he doesn't know what went on.
the main thing. Is like I don't really know what's going on.
I mean,
there. But to be
mean,
fair, I went back
it's
and I
pretty
watched
obvious.
the
It's pretty
clip.
obvious. Okay. Can we stop this fucking sweeping? Can you hear in my voice?
Yes, you're calling him a sweeper. And like you're about to say, why are you pretending you don't know what happened? Even though you know what happened, and you know probably more than likely Tom knows too.
Clearly, I'm not like, necessarily pushing it to talk about it. I can't stand the fact that they're
You did push him to talk about it by calling him a sweeper.
saying shit that is obviously stupid about it. Then listen to this.
But to be fair, I went back
It's
and
pretty
I watched
obvious.
the
It's pretty
clip.
obvious. Okay. Can we stop this fucking sweeping, please? It's
Again.
pretty fucking obvious what went on.
No,
isn't it?
Okay, you know what? No, wait.
Tom gets angry. You'd be angry too if you all were pretending you didn't know what was coming.
Wait.
It's
Total
fucking
Desi
obvious,
death.
dude.
It's
Okay.
fucking obvious.
It's funny. It sounds like the argument between me and Queeman on Dr. Disrespect. It's obvious. It's obvious. It's obvious. It's obvious. What a jerk off. He's saying it's obvious when he already knows.
He knows it in
the
private.
He already
knows the fucking
knows.
story.
What other rationale could you have here but not putting pressure when you know damn well that they have to pretend that they don't know? You're all pretending you don't know. But this gives him a chance to say, I'm a genius. He already knows the outcome. He already knows that they're non-consensual. And then he's going to play like, oh, come on, it's got to be. Look, it's obvious. It has to be that way. Which puts Tom in a bad spot.
Okay.
Bring him in.
CHUD logic. Let's talk about it. CHUD logic.
CHUD logic, let's talk about it. Turkey Tom explicitly
You
says
put him
my
on the
name.
spot.
Yeah, I know. You put him right on the spot. And he
You
said,
put him on the
this is
spot.
what he says gets him off and destroys my points, Mr. I want a piece of you.
And says, let's talk about it. What, dude? I forgot how explicit this is, dude. So apparently, I'm putting Tom in a difficult position, even though he's already distanced himself from Destiny. And then in the conversation, Tom said,
By the way, this is from DDG. He didn't say Destiny personally. So I think I'm going to take a vacation from DDG for a while. So that's been kind of changed a little too. More history rewriting.
let's talk about it to me. What have I done wrong? How is this in any way snaky, bro?
He doesn't want to appear to be a fucking pussy.
Yeah, he doesn't
He's a
want to.
commentary.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come out like a pussy. You're fucking calling him out, saying he's being deliberately ignorant about the situation, knowing damn well that they all know what's coming, including you. So this gives you one or two. You can put pressure on Tom and seem like a fucking genius when it all comes out, even though you know what's coming out.
How am I being a snake in this situation? Tom explicitly asked me
Pressured him.
to have a conversation about it.
But, no,
what's it fucking-
wait.
And you could hear the anger in Tom's voice too.
Wait,
Total
wait.
Destiny death.
It's
Total
fucking
Destiny
obvious,
death.
dude. It's
Okay.
fucking obvious.
Can you imagine acting like a smart guy saying it's obvious when you already knew?
All right,
It
Adam to the
really is
call.
Okay.
something.
Bring him in.
Shud Logic, let's talk about it. What do you mean it's
It's like
obvious?
the all mood too.
What do you mean it's obvious?
So,
Here.
at this point, I'm like recognizing that I know a bit of BTS stuff. I know a bit about the other bits and pieces of this. I can't talk about it.
Exactly! Exactly, you knew!
So why bring it up?
You fucking knew!
So why bring it up then? Why bring it up? Son?
You knew!
Why call him a sweeper?
So you're sitting
Why
there
put him on
sound
the
like a
spot?
genius. You're trying to sound like a genius, because like you can read the situation, and you already knew. Everybody knew behind the scenes, including you. So you're obviously putting Tom. The fact that Tom says, "Okay, let's talk about it," you know what it tells me? Hey, Chud, stop, because you know you guys can't talk about it. That's unbelievable. It's an admission right there.
Publicly. So I've then got to think, oh shit, what can I talk about this public to fucking back me up here? You commented on it.
So, all right,
said
I
that
pulled
you
up
want
the
to
just
Melina
trust
chat.
Melina?
So then I go to Melina. And then I go to Melina.
And he pauses right here, and he makes you think that this is where it stopped. Like it was just a quick exchange, and that's it. Keep watching.
Melina
Keep-
and we
yeah,
obviously
keep
talk
playing.
about Melina. Now, if you want to go and watch the rest of that, that's fine. Okay? How the
Let's go watch the
fuck
rest
I
of it,
bet you
Tommy.
don't, but you don't have to
Let's
if you
go
really
watch
don't
the
want
rest
to.
can you possibly argue that I am a snake
Yes.
for this conversation
Yes.
when I didn't participate at first? I
I
participated
didn't participate for a minute. That's such a weird fucking rationalization. Oh, wait a minute. It's meant for dummies.
a bit, and then it moved on, and I didn't say anything. Nick brought it back up, and then when it started kicking off again, Tom said, "Chud, let's talk about this." What?
Because you
It's
pressured him,
fucking
Chud.
absurd,
You pressured
dude.
him. You pressured him.
You fucking idiot.
You put him against the wall, and he said,
Put
"Hey,
him on
come
the
on,
spot.
Chud. Yeah, let's talk about it." And then, I just magically realized that I actually knew the outcome before it was going to happen. As did Tom, as did Nick.
Do you see how fucking retarded? I know you knew already. Do you see the lengths of
Then why would you have to keep explaining it to your audience?
retardation
Why not
that
keep
Tommy
playing,
is
Chud?
engaging in here? Yes, Alanar, exactly. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about this is I was listening back to these clips and I was like, holy shit, it's even worse for Tommy than I realized.
No, it really isn't.
Tommy's arguments are even
No,
more
It
retarded than I
really
realized
isn't.
when I was
And
listening
my arguments haven't changed.
to this. He's just wrong. He is fundamentally wrong about the substance of much of what he said, and when
Whatever that
he's
might
presented
be.
with it, he flip-flops about it.
Where's the flip-flop? No example. I'm still on it. I haven't changed at all.
He flip-flops about it,
Same
and he's
thing.
wrong.
About
This
it.
is what I was talking about when I was saying about dismantling
it?
every aspect of his retarded
It's sad.
argument.
What is
right?
it?
And I knew that I was in the right,
And, I knew I
but
was
I
in the-
didn't know just how in the right I was. This is fucking devastating to his point.
This is devastating to yours because it doesn't stop. This is about where Chud paused it, and there's a good reason for it. Watch.
Almost the exact.
I don't know, Melina.
the exact timestamp.
Okay, I tell you what. If she's lying, why doesn't Destiny prove it then?
I don't know. That's
This
why I
is
said
exactly where we left off. Does Tom sound like he's calm?
I'm waiting
Why
to see
did
if
he react like that?
responds.
Why did he react? Why is he not commenting on it in any meaningful way? It's fucking obvious what's going on.
Who
bro.
knows?
I went on.
Right,
and
the
I-
sweeping.
Remember, he called him a sweeper again. They have to fucking pretend. They have to pretend. And Chud knows this.
It's unbelievable. I'd heard it, but I didn't know
Oh
it was
my
true.
god!
Tom, sweeping
you say
Destiny
sweeping.
again,
Here we
bro.
go.
Yeah, Chud didn't play this part, did he?
Here we go.
all right.
Here we go.
I went on. The
Okay,
clip.
my okay, hold on. Let me talk to Chud real quick. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So for Melina, she could be telling the truth. For Destiny, that clip does look bad. But I've been traumatized by the internet, by the amount of false allegations that have happened, that I'm just waiting. Okay?
What
I'm
happens
fucking
when
waiting.
Why did Chud get in trouble with Lord Loomer before coming out on part? And that's the worst part. He knows. They all know.
Yeah,
Well,
because
that was a false
he's been
allegation.
in the Destiny drama for the
know.
Destiny community for fucking ever.
Really, he knows, and he knows that it wasn't consensual at this point. With Tom's feigning,
And he knows that they know.
And by the way,
he knows
Tom
that
is
they
saying
know as well.
Tom is saying what he would say had he not known. So they're pretending they don't know. They do. They know. But they're waiting for the whole thing to play out. But Chud takes advantage of the situation and put it on pressure. He pauses it right there when he keeps going in on Tom.
the person at the center of the allegation responds and debunks it, right?
Yeah, he hasn't responded yet.
So why hasn't that happened?
I don't know yet.
All right, just to be
Is
clear.
Destiny
Maybe
the
we'll
kind of
find out.
person that shies
And why
Your
isn't
answer.
that? And it's the thing. Like, why isn't that happen? Putting pressure on Tom. And Tom has to say, I don't know yet, even though he knows, even though Chud knows, even though Nick knows.
away from responding to controversy?
All right, but
No, but he usually does wait.
so the clip.
Oh,
file-
what?
The thing is, based on everything I've
Yeah. We're going to watch the whole
seen,
thing again.
I think you're probably right, but I'm not going to go out of my way to cast.
Now Tom's got to fucking change position and says, I think you're probably right, but I'm not going to put my stamp of approval on it. And he'll go, why not? It's obvious.
judgment
All right,
when I
thank
don't
you.
fucking know.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
bro, I'm not saying you have to do a full thing about it. I get that, right? But like, can we stop at all? It's fucking obvious. It's obvious, okay? It's very clear.
Okay,
Wait.
It's obvious now.
I'm not telling you you have to
obvious
go
now.
on, but it's obvious. It's the same Chud move.
Yeah, you
it's Willie Mack. Look, this is a really crazy thing to say about Willie Mack, but there's a point here. Like this is what I'm talking about all the time. Look, I'm not trying to make you make a decision on this, but it's obvious what the decision is. It's typical Chud
Yeah, you
stuff,
dummy.
and it's
Tom,
very,
you
very
stupid
funny.
fuck. It's so obvious.
Okay,
Tom.
but the
Just
problem
to
to
say
me
it
is
out
like you say
loud.
it's obvious, and like
That's
I think
great.
it probably is that way if I had to guess, but I
Yeah.
just don't know. I don't know the people involved. I don't
Okay.
necessarily
Yes.
trust
Yes,
Melina.
you do, Tom.
Okay.
Can I just say a thing, please? So the problem that I have with that one video with the Melina
Nick changes the subject.
stuff is I went back because I didn't trust a random Reddit post with a 30-second clip that was clipped from.
So basically, what he does is he stops it right here, so he doesn't see, so you don't see even more pressure that he puts on, knowing, and he admitted in this video, was it the BTS stuff or what have you? He knew, they knew, and just the fact Tom says, "I want to have a conversation about it," in anger, by the way, probably was a message. Shut the fuck up.
It completely obliterates and eviscerates his point, okay? And obviously,
Yeah, sure
if someone
did.
is
Yeah,
saying,
sure
let's
did.
talk about it, the tone that
got
I'm
us,
getting
buddy.
is, I'm happy to have disagreements on this stream with you.
And he's turning it into this is just people disagreeing with each other, even though he knows the freedom.
You call him so you
I go
call
on
him
and continue.
stupid
Yeah, he's calling me stupid. Oh,
and a sweeper.
It's
It's so
just-
obvious,
I mean,
dummy.
Can you
have a stance on it.
Realize
Have a
why?
public stance
You
on
realize now that why I don't talk to him? If he's willing to do this, what's he willing to do in a conversation? Lie about it. Go public with something I didn't say.
You to have disagreements throughout this stream with people, because that seems to be the tone of it. And we all have a good time, and we all have a laugh, and everything's okay. But Tommy C is sat there
Is it?
seething, saying I'm being a snake because of this.
Absolutely. Haven't flip-flopped.
Like Tommy says, that's game, set, and match. That is game, set, and match. But
It is,
we all
Chud.
YouTube
It really
doctor.
is.
It
keep
really
doing
is.
this because
And keep in mind, now this is where I'm going to
Remove.
stop right here. You removed it. So you didn't have to hear that whole fucking thing. Deceptive as fuck.
Yeah.
The fact that he knew, everybody else knew, and he knew Tom couldn't talk about it. So he sits there and takes the high ground. It's so fucking obvious. Yeah, you know. It's so funny.
You know, like Arnold Rothstein, Tommy, when he fixed the World Series, he
Yeah.
knew he was going to win.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He just knew.
He fixed the World Series and acted like it was a genius. Oh, man, I can't believe I made all these
Yeah.
great
It's
bets.
a genius move.
I want to play it one more time full. So that you get the whole thing. And I'm going to keep my mouth shut when you listen to this.
All right, whoa,
And I just want you to remember something. 3 out of the 4 of them know that the recordings were not consensual.
So I went on the Melina.
I don't know
clip.
Melina.
Okay, I tell you what. If she's lying, why doesn't Destiny prove it then?
I don't know. That's why I said I'm waiting
Why
to see
did
if
he react like that?
responds.
Why did he react? Why is he not commenting on it in any meaningful way? It's fucking obvious what's going on.
Who
bro.
knows?
I went on.
Well,
and
the
I-
sweeping is unbelievable. I'd heard it, but I didn't know
Oh
it was
my
true.
god.
Tom
You
sweeping
say
Destiny yet
sweeping.
again, bro.
Here we go.
All right,
Here we go.
I went on. The
Okay,
clip.
my okay, hold on. Let me talk to Chud real quick. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So for Melina, she could be telling the truth. For Destiny, that clip does look bad. But I've been traumatized by the internet, by the amount of false allegations that have happened, that I'm just waiting. Okay?
What
I'm
happens
fucking
when
waiting.
someone levies a false allegation? The person at the center of the allegation responds and debunks it, right?
Yeah, he hasn't responded yet.
So why hasn't that happened?
I don't know yet.
Since when are people guilty when they don't respond? Oh, that's Chud's world.
All right, just to be
Is
clear.
Destiny
Maybe
the
we'll
kind of
find out.
person that shies away from responding to controversy?
All right, but
No, but he usually does wait.
so the clip
For what?
The thing is, based on everything I've seen, I think you're probably right. But I'm not going to go out of
Thank
my
you.
way to cast judgment
All right,
on it when
thank
I don't
you.
fucking know.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
bro, I'm not saying you have to do a full thing about it. I get that, right? But like, can we stop at all? It's fucking obvious. It's obvious.
That's my favorite part. I'm not saying you have to do a full thing about it, but it's obvious. So say what I'm saying.
Okay, it's very clear.
Okay,
What
okay, but the problem to me is like you say it's obvious, and like I think it probably is that way.
It is obvious because you all know.
If I had to guess, but I just don't know. I don't know the people
had to
involved. I don't
guess.
necessarily trust Melina.
So
Okay.
can I just say a thing, please? So the problem that I have with that one video with the Melina stuff is I went back because I didn't trust a random Reddit post with a 30-second clip that was clipped from multiple live streams. So I went back and I downloaded the full context to every single clip that was used. So I
Hey,
have
Chud, you know what I'm doing after this? I'm going out and getting a drink.
like a 2-minute version of every 15
Are you talking about the
clip?
clip from her stream that was posted to Reddit?
There was 3 different live streams that were posted to Reddit, and the clip was cut up from like 6 different.
Well, that's it. You heard the whole thing. You put pressure on him, pretended not to know something you already knew the outcome of. That's pressure. And it doesn't matter if Tom wants to talk about it. Hey, Chud, I want to talk about this with you. Okay, talk about it. Well, why hasn't he done this? I don't know.